Joining us now is Outa's CEO, Wayne Duvenage. And I suppose the question to ask there, Mr. Duvenage, is, first of all, you're calling for a review and urgent cancellation of all these contracts that African Global Operations has with government. Who's listening, and who do you hope this message lands to?
Well, we hope it goes right to the top. We hope the President starts to take note of what's happening here. You know, Bosasa and the allegations of their corrupt dealings have not just surfaced now with Angelo Grisi's testimony. This has been going on for years, and as we've seen, the hands of state capture, how President Zuma and those who are connected to it have kept Bosasa out of the courts, out of the SIU's grip and the police's grip in the past. And now this is coming to the fore. And this is great, because what we're seeing for the first time in the Commission is the other side of the corruption coin. Not only is it government, but there's business. And here's Bosasa, and here's somebody high up in Bosasa with all this damning evidence, giving evidence and giving the facts. This is music to our ears, because now government cannot look away. They cannot ignore this. Now, we see they're trying to say, well, proven innocent until proven guilty, but there's an issue of ethics here. You cannot just hide behind this, well, let's see what happens in 5 years' time when this might get to court. The police, the Hawks, and the NPA should be at the Commission, taking notes, gathering evidence, and going right now to Bosasa, to African Global Operations, and to Nomvula Mokonyane's records and everybody else, and start the process of holding those people to account. That's what we want to see happen.
Does this, though, give any hope to the public, the statements from the governing party that we're not going to act on untested allegations? Yes, he may have brought some evidence with him, Angelo Grisi this is, but we're not going to act on the basis of...
Well, it spells out clearly that you have a ruling party than a governing party who's a bit schizophrenic. They have acted on far less in the past to remove people from office. And here they are now with damning evidence. You know, Nomvula Mokonyane hasn't come out guns blazing to say that what is being said here by Angelo is you know, tantamount to defamation, and she would sue him accordingly, because that would be good if she did. And then we will get the facts. So her silence in that, her aggressive approach to dealing with this is saying a lot. So the ruling party now, in an election coming up, the public are starting to see its true colors. If it's not going to act with sufficient evidence, not just based on the fact that this must still be heard in court, there's enough here to say there are a number of people that are extremely, deeply implicated, and you cannot ignore this. So the public are watching with an eager eye.
And it's interesting that you keep bringing up the name of the Environmental Minister, Environmental Affairs Minister Nomvula Mokonyane, because in her statement, people are pointing out that she doesn't say that I never took a bribe, nor did I receive these bribe packs. We have seen the Secretary of the Commission, Mr. De Vere, taking special leave. We have seen Mr. Wakeford, Kevin Wakeford, at Arms Corps taking special leave. How should President Cyril Ramaphosa act or deal with Minister Nomvula Mokonyane? Already you have a governing party that says, no, we're not going to act.
He should call her in, ask her to explain herself, ask the direct questions. Did you or did you not receive money from an organization as these claims are made? If she does say that she did, suspend her immediately. Suspend her and allow investigation to take place.
But how does he do that with credibility when he himself, we don't know, the country doesn't know right now whether he's paid back the 500,000 donated towards his campaign to become ANC president?
He must answer to that, but does that mean that everything else must be put on hold? You see, so these things have to run concurrently. But what you cannot have is your cabinet and our government, the government that we entrust our funds and taxes to run this country, knowing that that money that you and I paid in tax, some of it is in the Nomvula's bank account. That's unacceptable.
Two critical questions I need to ask of you, Wayne Duvenage, before I let you go. Angelo Grisi's testimony. First of all, how credible do you think it is? But also, the motive behind him revealing this information. Do you believe that motive?
Yeah, look, you know, I think it was Julian Assange that said that that bringing evidence out in this matter is the biggest killer of corruption. So we need people like this to come forward. Now, his motive for this, I guess it could be multifaceted. It might just be that with the new NPA and the new energy and the Hawks and the SIU, he knew that his fate was coming anyway. So by doing this, he gets maybe some leniency. Who knows? And that still has to be played out. So, but what we do believe that what is being presented here is good, strong evidence. Some of it might be heightened a little bit, but it's good, strong evidence that will be and can be taken into a court of law, and many people prosecuted as a result. And we need more Bosasas, we need more Angelo Agrisis to come and testify about the many Bosasas out there, because without whistleblowers, this type of stuff doesn't come forward and we can't act.
Very lastly and briefly, we are out of time. You mentioned law enforcement. Should they treat Angelo Agrizi with kid gloves, seeing that he's come forward, he's a whistleblower? You describe him in your statement as carrying out or being a brave act that,
Yes.
that what he's doing. How should law enforcement treat him? In other words, coming out of the State Capture Commission of Inquiry, should he be charged?
Absolutely. We don't see why not, but we imagine that behind the scenes there is some discussion about some leniency. What we've got to be careful of is there are many people in the same position as him now, scared about what do they do, and we've got to encourage them to come forward. And so there are processes that can protect them if they disclose under the 204 and the various mechanisms that will allow them to do so, because people get caught up in these processes, sometimes initially unwillingly, and then they get sucked in, and it's a long story. There's no excuse for corruption, not for 1 second condoning that type of behavior.
But some leniency should go towards.
Well, exactly, because he has a big target on his back. His life is in danger. I would no doubt believe that. And we need more of them. So let's encourage the hundreds out there that have got damning evidence against many others. And I'm talking now not only at national government, right down to local government. There are hundreds of Bosasas in every municipality, we believe.
All right, Wayne Duvenich, thank you very much for your time. He is Outa's CEO.